somebody has to stand up to the nonsense that Steve Shives is spewing, and it may as well be a YouTuber with almost no viewers, like me.
VaughnJogVlog.
So I came across Steve Shives because YouTube in their infinite wisdom wants to recommend content to you. It's like, hey, you've been watching videos making fun of Star Trek STD, so here's a guy who's going to talk about some Star Trek stuff. This guy, Steve Shives, has this ongoing series he calls Trek Actually, and sometimes it's not actually Trek Actually, where he doesn't put as much effort into the production, doesn't write out a script, doesn't have a whole lot going there other than announcing his latest Patreon backers, of whom he wants you to give way more money than I ask of ye. So what does he do? He talks about Star Trek. He talks about Deanna Troi being useless. Oh, but that's to say nothing about Marie Curtis. You know, he wants to align himself with the feminist. How do you know? Well, after a week or so of watching him, got this post update talking about, hey, he's on feminist frequency. I'm like, is this a joke? No, this guy is a staunch liberal. In fact, he will make fun of you for being a conservative Star Trek fan.
And there were a few people who left comments, which I have since deleted, who said, oh, you ruined it when you threw in that cheap shot about Trump. And I don't know why you have to ruin a perfectly good Star Trek video by bringing your personal politics into it. And you know, don't have your axe to grind against Trump intrude on your Star Trek video, yada, yada, yada. So I just want to make this clear one more time for the record. I'll talk about my personal politics in my Star Trek videos whenever it pleases me to do so. And if you don't like that, you can go watch somebody else's videos. And if you are still offended by someone taking a shot at Donald Trump, if you're still a supporter of Donald Trump, or at the very least, you don't like to hear people say things against Trump in a video where maybe you weren't expecting to hear that, you're watching the wrong channel. And if it offends you, or it bothers you, or it puts you off my videos, good.
He's essentially honeypotting the Star Trek community, trying to sway you towards a liberal agenda. Oh, well, this is the future that Gene Roddenberry would have wanted. He would have voted for Hillary. Right. No, guys, don't fall for this. You can be a fan of anything in pop culture, science fiction, what have you, without having to infuse a political agenda behind it. That is total nonsense. And anything that is actually brought forth based on a political ideology and then twisted into entertainment probably didn't deserve for you to be a fan of in the first place, because the agenda of that was always clear.
To hell with Donald Trump, and to hell with anybody who still supports him.
Star Trek is not about voting for Democrats at all. It depicts a future where science allows us to put behind petty differences. That is not realistic. It is not the here and now. You don't have to support AOC's Green New Deal to be a Trekkie.
Like, comment, share, follow, subscribe. VaughnJogVlog is made possible by your support on Patreon. Patreon.com/VaughnFry. Because f*** Google.